panibagong araw na naman na makakasama ninyo kami para magbigay boses sa ating mga kabataan. Ang programa kung saan all the latest and trending happenings is here, dito lang yan sa Schoolmates!
Isigaw ang tinig mo, ihayag sa buong mundo ang karapatan, kalayaan. Buksan ang isip mo, kaalaman ang yaman mo sa karapatan,
Schoolmates generational trauma sa madaling salita ay mga experiences na napapasa or namamana nga daw ng mga kasunod na henerasyon, regardless if it's attitude, traditions, beliefs, expectations, and other aspects in our life na ating kinalakihan. But somehow, nagiging toxic na nga daw siya para sa mga karamihan, and it affects our psychological capacity as an individual to live a healthy life because of the restrictions na ginagawa nga daw ng generational trauma because of these things that we've acquired sa ating paglaki. Kaya naman ngayong araw, ating pakikinggan ang kwento ng ating mga schoolmates. Kwento yun! Schoolmates natin na mga kasama today at mag-share sila sa atin what generational trauma did they get. At sila ay sina Jillian, Tyrone, and Alexi. Hey guys!
Hi.
What's up? Yes? You're GV yun. Okay guys, so syempre no, of course, generational trauma has a factor of age, no? Or parang who passes, what is being passed by who. So, in terms of generational traumas, have you observed anything with, for example, in your schools or parang in your family or sa society na feeling nyo, ay, ba't hindi natin nare-realize it's a trauma that has been passed down to us?
Siguro more on yung lack of acknowledgement po, yung napapansin ko.
What do you mean by lack of acknowledgement?
Lack of acknowledgement, like yung lack of awareness or hindi nare-realize na, trauma na pala yung namamanifest ng parents ko sa akin, yung mga ganun po.
At the same time kasi, parang this generational trauma, I believe, is unconsciously natin siyang napapasa kasi. Unconsciously natin siyang namamanifest with the way how we parent our children. Parang kasi kapag ka generational trauma, naipapasa natin siya kasi naiisip natin na, ay, ganito kasi ako pinalaki
Or
ng
parang,
magulang.
ay, normal lang to ganun kami
so,
before.
parang, ganun ako pinalaki, naging matino naman ako ngayon. So,
yun yung nangyari nung panahon na.
Oo. So may mga soundbites tayo na rin, yung parang, ay, nung panahon namin, ganito yung ginagawa namin. So, and dapat kayo rin, ganito rin yung gawin sa inyo para you will become like us or something like that, no? Do you have any specific in mind na quotable quotes na, shucks, parang it's giving trauma talaga for me. So, Alex, ikaw, meron ka ba naisip? Something na nabanggit sa school, nabanggit sa household, huwag na natin i-name drop mama, daddy mo. Okay, go mo. May ma-share ka ba doon?
Siguro po ayun, the common sayings na, ay, hindi naman kami ganito nung bata pa kami.
Wala kaming ganyan nung time namin. Oo.
Or parang, ayun, swerte nyo nga ngayon kasi may ganito kayo, may ganyan kayo.
Yun, swerte.
Yun.
so yun siya.
So, kayo din ba, for example, in schools, meron kaya tayo na-observe na gano'n?
Mga terror teachers na matatanda na and then minamanifest pa rin ngayon yung way of teaching na nakasanayan nila.
So, parang in your eyes, it's like an outdated way of doing things that can or cannot do, or like, give generational trauma. So that's what we classify. It's like outdated ways of doing things. no?
Yes, especially because then po, like continuously na nag-evolve yung world, nag-grow yung people, and what was applicable nung time nila, possible na hindi na rin po applicable sa time natin. Hindi na siya helpful sa atin, kumbaga.
Sige, let me get more specific to it. Parang, if you can share one experience na you realize, parang di na to tama. Yeah, sure, that's what's being done during your time, but it's no longer right for us. And then, how did you handle that kind of situation? Did you talk to them, or how did you do it?
Number one is yung mga stereotypes na nananatili pa rin within the society. Pagka panganay ka, kailangan independent ka kaagad kasi you have siblings na at the end of time, ikaw dapat yung mag-aalaga. Kapag, hindi siya personal
pagkalma na
experience.
naganap.
No?
Oo.
Hindi naman siya Kumbaga, nakikita ko lang, na-observe ko within the society na ganun. Kapag lalaki ka, kailangan ikaw yung mga stereotypes na ganun. Pagka babae ka,
Dapat macho, brusko, di umiiyak, mga
yung mga
ganon.
ganun stereotypes.
Panganay ganito, pag bunso
Oo.
ganito.
Siguro,
Pag middle child, ganito.
Ayun.
it's a societal problem, but then, nandun din tayo sa punto na it's a generational trauma na napapasa natin through generations to generations.
Unknowingly.
If mapapansin natin, yung generational trauma, parang nagiging, ayun, gaya nga ni Tyrone, yung mga stereotypes, yung mga roles and things like that, parang nagiging, nagiging culture na siya, or nagiging part na siya ng culture natin bilang mga Pilipino na, na parang, this is the way we were before. So parang therefore, kailangan, hanggang ngayon, ganito pa rin, na parang walang pagbabago na nangyayari.
Yung, actually guys, so just to share din sa schoolmates, ay pag sa mga reels, di ba, ganyan, may mga nakikita tayo na, we're Filipinos, of course, yung ganun na trend, di ba? They even do that. Kayo ba, parang, did you have like any specific experience in mind na parang saktong-sakto to, galing dito sa reel na to?
We're Filipinos, of course, naghahatakan tayo pababa.
It's the crab mentality.
Crab mentality.
So,
Kasi, ano siya, kumbaga, one type of generational trauma siguro na I can give is yung standards and expectations that we give sa mga anak natin na by this age dapat ganito ka nakasuccessful. Yung at the same time yung comparison. Ay, ba't si ganito? Ba't yung anak ni ganito? Mas magaling. So
parang may hugot yun, Bea.
hindi po.
Sa mga
Wala siya.
nanonood, guys, hindi daw po yun.
Hindi. Hindi. Kasi di ba, yung mga ganong comparisons, parang it leads to us being overly competitive to the point na naghihila na tayo pababa.
Correct. Or it could also lead to burnout or parang other issues na you may encounter as an individual, no? In terms of discipline, kasi kanina napuntuhan natin yung sinasabi ng mga magulang, sinasabi niya naman ngayon ng mga teachers. Meron bang specific experience na you would say na, ay, hindi na siya applicable sa amin, ba't ito ginagawa?
More on restrictions po ang
For
na-witness
example?
ko. Hindi po siya sa sarili ko, pero with my friend, na yung restrictions na ini-impose sa kanya is sobrang strict na po to the point na iiyak siya sa akin and then ang sasabihin niya, kasi si mama ganito, ganyan.
Or parang gagawan mo ng reason na, kasi nung time ni mama, ganito siya so dapat ganito din daw
Opo,
ako.
sobrang, anong tawag doon? Yung parang makaluma yung thinking nung parent.
Parang outdated way of thinking,
Ay, opo,
backwards thinking,
yung
gano'n, no? So, siguro maraming environments where generational trauma might exist. And I'm sure mas marami din kayo share din later, no? And how did really affect you as an individual as growing up, no? Mas maraming sharing pa ang malalaman natin, kaya huwag kayong bibitiw. Magbabalik pa ang Schoolmates!
May mga pag-aaral na sinasabi na ito'y maaari sa sa isang komunidad, maaaring mamana sa isang komunidad, maaaring ito ay sa isang pamilya or clan, no? Marami pa rin pag-aaral na nais pang saliksikin kung ito ba ay masasabi natin pathological, no? Possible kasi halimbawa, no, kung ang isang environment o isang pamilya, group, kinalakihan, dulot nito ay verbal or physical abuse, maaaring mga matatanda, no, ating mga magulang. Maaaring dahil sila ay physically or verbally abused, hindi nila namamalayan na ito pala ay kanilang ginagawa sa kanilang mga anak. Okay? Dahil pakiramdam nila, ito yung nararapat na pagtrato, na pagdidisiplina. No? Maaaring ganon. Na hindi nila alam na bakit mahigpit ako bakit ako masyadong masakit magsalita sa anak ko? Yung pala, meron pala silang pinaguhugutan na noong panahon pala na sila bata pa, maaaring sila'y biktima ng ganong pamamaraan ng parenting style, no? Kaya tuloy, ang mga kabataan ngayon, masasabi natin na ang mindset, kasi ganito yata sila pinalaki ng kanilang mga magulang o kanilang mga lolo't lola.
Nagbabalik ang Schoolmates. Kasama pa rin natin si Jillian, Tyrone, and Alexi. And syempre, no, kanina na pag-usapan natin yung mga shared experiences ninyo na na-encounter na you can identify as generational trauma. So ngayon, pag-usapan naman natin on approach, di ba? So, I understand there's a different approach, or is there really a right approach on how to correct or call out generational trauma? Or if there's any experiences na you can share na, oh, this is how I dealt with it.
In terms of calling out po, madalas na po kasi nangyari or madami na pong nagko-call out sa
Yung social media, no?
Yes,
Oo.
opo. Madami na pong nagko-call out. And in terms of addressing naman po kapag ka sa iyo na mismo nangyayari, usually, nagiging mahirap po siya kasi kapag ka nanggagaling sa parent. And yung sa pagiging open po with parents, nagiging mahirap siya dahil na nga rin dun sa restrictions na ini-impose nila sa'yo na minsan you'll feel like nagiging ano na yung sa privacy mo.
Invasion.
Parang, ayun,
of
na-invade na po yung privacy mo. So, usually, it will lead to yung hindi mo pagiging open with your parents and
Oo.
hindi mo na sila makakausap about it.
So,
Ayun po.
parang it creates a barrier if you didn't open yung parents, or at least in this case, kung parents yung naging source mo, no, na magkausap or magkaintindihan kayo. So, it should always be a two-way street, I guess, no, kapag mga dealing with differences in experience, no. So, Tyrone, ikaw, parang may specific ba na masasabi mo, ay, naging effective yung ganitong klaseng approach?
Kailangan nating hindi maging entitled masyado. Like parang hindi natin sinusubo ng diretsahan kung ano yung opinion natin, but rather pinapaintindi natin sa kanila kung saan nga ba tayo nanggagaling. Like, ayun, pakikipag-usap ng matino, proper dialogues, proper explanations sa kung ba't ito yung nararamdaman natin, ba't ito yung gusto natin. Kasi kapag ka we're just being rebellious, kapag ka nagre-resist lang tayo, but then hindi natin tinatry na ipaintindi sa kanila, nagkakos lang siya ng
Further drift?
ng mga bad relations na, ayun, mawaworsen niya yung situations. Most likely.
May tanong ako, guys. Kasi, di ba, you mentioned the term called entitled, di ba? And that's a moniker that was given to us as Gen Zs na paka-entitled itong mga batang to. Kaya nga nanggaling yung term na, nung time namin, di naman kami ganyan, we don't act that way. Was there ever a chance na it's always amicable when it's us that tries to converse with them and they try to accept it. But if they still force na, hindi mali ka talaga how should Gen Z accept these kinds of approach naman from other generations? Siguro baliktad, no? Kasi pag when we try to dialogue with them, our expectation is for them to understand and for them to accept what we want. But if they resist also, how should we deal with it kaya?
Having conversations with them about it. Siguro, ayun, ang nangyayari din kasi minsan is, ayun, parang masyado nating sinusubo agad yung opinions natin. And parang, in a sense, mas magiging productive ang conversation natin with other generations about this. Kung parang ilalagay natin siya sa perspective nila, na sa understanding nila. And ayun, siguro kung nagre-resist talaga sila to
Yes, may
understand.
input.
Siguro kung nagre-resist talaga sila, parang siguro mas better na unahin natin na kausapin yung mga mas understanding sa mga generation na yun. Na kunyari sa parents natin, na baka naman na mas understanding yung teachers natin about our situation rather than our parents. And baka ang pwede natin gawin is kausapin natin, kunyari yun, within that situation na kausapin natin teachers natin. And by then, yung teachers naman natin yung kakausap sa magulang natin.
So parang finding the right avenues na you can influence also, no, to understand you. I think it's good intentions coming from Gen Z then as well. But then, if we go back to how entitlement as a term is being branded onto us, given na in their eyes, we're having a much easier life. It's we have all the advantages that they didn't have during their generation. Would you say na how do you think, or siguro in a dialogue or in a conversation, how can you make them understand na we're experiencing something different from you guys? Do you have, parang meron ba kayong ideal conversation setting na ito yung sasabihin nyo? Kung it was your parent or it was your teacher that brought that up. Yes, napaisip sila. Miss Universe question, Yar. Kasi yun yung mahirap, di ba? It's easy when a person is so understanding. But then, in our world ngayon, for Gen Zs, we are in a shifting world and it's harder to bring other people to understand us. At to them, bakit natin babaguhin? Gumagana naman before. How can you make them understand na, actually, mama, papa, or ma'am, sir, hindi na po siya gumagana. Ito na po tayo dapat ngayon. How would you approach that? Siguro sa mga keyboard warriors, di ba, sa social media, how do you approach that? Paano niyo sinasabi sa kanila na, hindi it doesn't work like that anymore. At some point, do you just ignore them? Do you cut off the communication?
Definitely not ignore. Pero agree po ako dun sa na-entitled nga. Totoo naman, may mga entitled naman po talaga na Gen Z.
Yes. Aminado
Oo,
siyang
hindi
generation na.
wala.
Meron naman
Oo,
talaga.
Totoo
Oo.
siya. And it comes na we have the privilege na may mga advancements na ngayon, nararanasan, hindi na namin nararanasan yung mga naranasan ng mga magulang namin noon, ng mga nakakatanda. Ganun.
So, pero kapag sinabi kasi natin na generational trauma, bringing it back, no? It's something na unique to their generation, but then to us, it, kumbaga, possible na hindi na tayo nakapag-isip na maayos after they did that. How do we say na, mama, nasaktan mo ako dun eh. Hindi dapat ganun yung ginawa mo. Do you think they would understand? Or to other people na, who would do it to, say, your friend or your classmate, parang how would you call that out? What's the proper way to call it out?
Siguro, really sitting down with them. And although it's a very hard conversation to
Isa
have.
rin kasi siyang generational
Diba?
trauma. Communicating.
Communication.
Parang no na, hindi na, no? But other generations would rather just, yung hindi mo na lang papansin eh. Sweep it under the rug, no?
Napasa din siya sa atin na maging emotionally constipated na...
Ay, no, dapat yun. It's emotionally
Hindi,
constipated.
kumbaga, nare-restrict din tayo to express our emotions. Kasi,
Or even acknowledge your own emotions. Diba? Paminsan, other people would just brush it off. Hindi na lang papansin eh.
isang generational trauma rin yung kailangan natin maging resilient lagi.
Oo. So,
Oo.
so do you think resiliency is a generational trauma?
I think so.
Na parang we're not allowed to break down, we're not allowed to complain.
Parang
we just have
mukhang
to
din po siya nung
Kasi
fear na
nakaka-affect.
kapag ka may sinabi ka, baka
I-judge
pagalitan
ka.
ka.
I-judge
parang
ka,
ganun.
pagalitan ka.
Opo.
At the same time, it stems down to different mental health problems na
Oo.
minsan kinikimkim na lang talaga natin. But
Parang na rin, ayun nga, nasa culture na natin siya na, di ba yung sinasabi natin na Filipino resiliency, na tayong mga Filipino rather, kaya natin ang lahat, kahit may bagyo, kahit may landslide, kahit ano namang mangyari. Di ba? Kaya natin na, to push
Lampasan
through,
lahat.
na lampasan lahat. And parang,
Love conquers all. Ganon.
pero, ayun po, siguro, ano yung sinasabi ko?
resiliency.
Resiliency na parang na-instill na rin siya sa culture natin na resilient tayo. So, dapat hindi tayo nagbe-breakdown, hindi tayo nagiging vulnerable. Even though, ayun, when we have these conversations with past generations, vulnerability, it's a must para maging productive yung conversation para magkaroon ng, kumbaga, magkaroon siya ng effect sa past generation.
Correct. So, somehow, no, it trickles parang outward, di ba? What happens in your family, ano yung mga beliefs and traditions na na-impose sa inyo. Yun din yung naikakalat nyo in your schools. How do you show up as an individual, di ba, no? So, kayo ba naranasan nyo na ma-discriminate ng society because of, for example, sinabi ng, meron kayong in-air out na opinion or an idea, and sinabi sa inyo na, ay, hindi naman totoo, yung nag-inarte ka lang. Na-experience nyo ba yun? And how did you call it out and shut it down?
Siguro with regards sa mental health problems, like hindi naman personally sa akin, but then it has been a stigma sa society natin over the years already. Na kapag ka, yun, depression, anxiety, na pag mahirap ka, bawal ka magkaroon ng ganon.
Oh, pangmayaman lang
daw yun.
Oo.
Ayun, siguro it's one of those things na nande-discriminate yung older generations. Kasi, kumbaga, hindi rin naman siya ganoon laganap siya, but hindi ganoon ka-aware yung mga tao
Na meron
during
ganon.
those times. But then, ayun, technology din kasi na we are getting exposed to this. So, siguro yun, mental health problems, meron pa ba?
Yun nga, sa gender roles, sa gender stereotypes, na parang kababae mong tao, ganito ka. Kababae mong tao, ganyan ka. Ang babae dapat ganito. And parang, ayun, like for me, pag nakakaranas ako ng mga comments na ganun, sinasabi ko na, ito kasi ako eh. Di ba? Not all women act a certain way, di ba? Not all men act a certain way. So parang, ganun po siya na, parang kung ako, sinasabi ko na, ito kasi ako, this is who I am. And if hindi mo yun magustuhan,
Then you're not the right
Diba?
audience.
Dead na sa
di ba,
bashers!
sa bashers, sino ka ba?
Di ba buhay ko to?
Pero siguro, ayun po, ganun
So,
po.
how do we decouple generational trauma versus a self-opinion? Kasi nabablur yung lines ng how we identify generational trauma versus how we perceive or just want to be treated. Diba? Conversations in family go something like this, na when a parent tells you, dapat ganito yung gawin mo kasi ito yung ginawa namin noon. And then, it constricted you or it affected you mentally. We consider it as emotional trauma. But then, how, para ikaw as a person, do you think na meron ba kayong doubt at some point na hindi eh. Actually, baka differences lang talaga namin on how we view things. It's not really generational trauma. Kasi we certainly had that label or it was popularized because it's dividing factions between generations or different ages. But how do we now bridge the gap of generational trauma? How do we identify it clearly na this is generational trauma, this is just a difference in opinion? Tingin niyo, may ganun ba kayong...
Siguro yung sa generational trauma po, it is when kapag yung mga expectations na siniset sa'yo ng parents mo is nagiging burden na sa iyo. Kumbaga, strive mo na nahabulin yung expectations na yun or na ma-meet kung ano yung gusto nila na ma-meet mo. Whereas kapag sa mental health, naapektuhan ka mentally, emotionally, hindi ka nakakagawa ng maayos, hindi ka nakakilos ng
Hindi ka
maayos.
nakaka-function, no?
Opo.
So, right.
So, kumbaga kapag generational trauma, you're functioning for the sake na ma-reach mo yung expectations ng parents mo, whereas mental health naman po, kapag ka naapektuhan yung mental health mo, you're not functioning properly.
Okay. So, kumbaga byproduct yung mental health concern mo of your generational trauma. But then your self-opinion or parang how you think, hindi eh, mali naman yung sinasabi nitong older generation na to eh. That's a way to, is that the way to to bridge the gap of and mitigate generational trauma? To resist? Is that how conversations should go for generational traumas?
It's a case-to-case basis na parang, kunyari, pag sa magulang ko, kumbaga, when we have these conversations is they try to hear me out. Pero it couldn't be, baka it's not the same case for my friend or for someone I know. Kaya parang siguro, ayun po siya, parang when we try to tackle generational trauma, siguro po parang kailangan na i-identify natin kung ano ba talaga kailangan natin. Kung simple conversation lang po ba with our parents or with our grandparents or with older generations?
Yeah.
Or is it something na kailangan may magi-intervene or may magre-regulate within that conversation, like professional help, ganun?
And honestly, hindi lang din naman po umiikot between parents and professional help yung pwede naming mapuntahan. Kasi honestly, sa edad namin or sa generation namin na to, we rely more on our peers. Correct? Sa mga friends po namin.
So, in a sense, you find a safe space with your peers more now. So that's something unique, di ba, with Gen Zs na they find solace and, di ba, na understanding. Grace giving alone together. Ganon, di ba? So, ganon yung feeling ng parang dealing with generational trauma. But let's tackle more on how to heal from generational trauma. That's a different conversation. One way is to identify it. One is to, tama yung sinabi mo, identify the right help that you need. And then move on with the healing process. So, stop muna natin yung conversation. Diyan lamang kayo at magbabalik pa ang Schoolmates!
Una, siyempre, tingnan natin, no? Kailangan natin ng professional na tulong. Baka ito ay hindi may malalim pang pinagmumulan, no? Higit sa lahat, sana maturuan natin sarili natin maging mindful sa ating mga sinasabi o sa ating mga ginagawa. Kasi alam naman natin na dahil sa sobrang bilis ng takbo ng panahon ngayon, maaari nakakaligtaan natin yung mga bagay na dapat nating gawin, na tama, at nabubuhay tayo sa nakaraan. Siguro, medyo meron lang tayong kailangan iwasto sa mga generation natin ngayon, no? Marahil yung pagpapaliwanag. Kasi masyadong exposed ngayon ang mga generation ngayon sa social media. At hindi na halos sila nakikinig sa magulang kasi nga nagno-normalize na yung influence ng social media. Pero mas maganda sana kung pati magulang nagkakaroon din ng openness sa pagbabago. Ano yung natututunan ng mga kabataan ngayon sa social media na dapat i-explain, turuan din yung mga bata na hindi lahat na nakikita sa social media dapat sundin.
Nagbabalik ang Schoolmates and I'm still with JTA. So, Jillian, Tyrone, and Alexio. Yun na yung order ng tatawagin ko. Ganon, joke lang, guys. So, knowing your thoughts kanina, we've dealt with how to identify and then how did you approach it. And then now, let's move on to parang healing process. Parang, given na you've already had or you've acquired this over time, how do you heal now from what you've got? Na siguro experiences or nasabi sa inyo ng parents, paano siya inaalis sa utak niyo?
Naalis.
Ganun lang. So, guys, simulan. With the order I've mentioned earlier, go push, Jillian.
Ayun po, babalik po tayo sa sinabi ko earlier na with peers, bukod kay Tyrone.
Exemption.
Pero ayun nga, kausapin mo yung friends mo, you can take care of yourself by talking to your friends. Kasi usually, personally, my friends are the ones who take care of me. Medyo pa-baby ako, pa-prinsesa sa mga kaibigan ko, gano'n.
Is the princess yours?
Totoo po yun. Kapag may problema ako, kunyari, gano'n, tapos papadrive ako, tapos pag-uusapan lang namin habang nagdadrive kami, kumakain, gano'n po. Tapos medyo
Psych session pala sa loob ng kotse, no?
Oo, gano'n po siya. Kasi sila din naman, aanuhin ka rin naman na, ay, ganyan pala nangyayari sa'yo. Ay, kawawa naman. Diba? Gano'n. Pero kapag ka gano'n, talaga. Diba? Okay,
Pero
with friends.
may time ba na parang yung friend mo sinabi sa'yo, hindi girl, hindi na ka lang talaga. Majorities ka lang talaga. May naganon ba ever sa'yo?
Opo. Alam mo, di ko pa siya nag-drop. Meron naman. And helpful pa rin yun.
Kasi parang call out
marirealize mo rin po eh.
So, it's good thing na you have peers to have the shared experience as you, or at least parang merong someone who can hear you out, na bukod sa parents or yung mga usual figures in our life. Pero have you ever encountered naman na nung nagsabi ka, parang, shucks, di ko pala kaya itong i-deal with. Ganun. How do you deal? Or ikaw ba mismo, may nag-trauma dump ba sa'yo? Tyrone, ikaw, how do you heal or how do you manage it?
Actually, meron. Like,
Siya ba yun?
Hindi. Hindi,
Call
kumbaga,
out.
parang bigla, magugulat ka na lang, napaplood ka na ng messages, tapos biglang, ay, ang bigat.
Nag-ML ako.
Di ba? Hindi.
Disclaimer.
Yun na nga, kasi it's very important na tanongin muna natin, are you available right now? Kasi, pasa.
Yun. Thank you! Eh kung pinasa ko sa'yo, pabalik.
Go na!
Ano po, ayun po, parang, ayun, I've had that experience na rin, na parang, bigla na lang ako magulit na, oh my God, 50 unread messages. Tapos, kasi nga may problema yung, let's say, friend, ganon. And parang, how I deal with it is, i-communicate ko na, ate ko, hindi ko pa kaya. Siguro parang ako kasi, kunyari, if it's through chat, sasabihan ko yung friend ko na yun na parang, sige, mag-rant ka lang muna dyan, pero I can't deal with you now.
Kumbaga, flag me lang, ilabas mo lang sa
Ilabas mo
akin.
lang sa akin, pero,
With helping you,
with
parang
giving you
hindi ko
advice,
kaya
diba? With
ngayon.
comforting, siguro, ayun, maybe the next day na lang, maybe mamaya na lang, kasi, di ba? Yun. Siguro parang trying to be there for rin pa rin. Pero at the same time, yung parang ina-assert mo yung boundary mo na hanggang dito lang ang kaya kong ibigay sa'yo right now.
Right. So parang when it comes to making a safe space for with your peers, parang boundaries are still very important, no?
Definitely.
Which is naging buzzword lang din siya ngayon sa Gen Zs, no? Yung safe space,
space,
boundaries,
boundaries.
clear boundaries, no? So, ano yung mga patterns na ginagawa para hindi nyo na madala? Or if ever, magka-families kayo of your... If ever! Pero kung kayo, if you will have families of your own, or even with your friends, parang, ano yung patterns that you're trying to break? Na feel nyo, ay, ito yung pinasa sa akin, I would no longer do this with anyone else na I'm with. Be it in relationships, in family.
Siguro marami sa generation natin na ayaw na magkaanak.
Ayun,
Parang,
nabanggit
diba?
ba yun?
Huwag na lang.
Di ba? Wag na, tigil na natin to.
When you say na ayaw na magkaanak, it stops there because you no longer have to deal with it. Isn't it like running away from the fact na you could still change the culture by doing it right, by parenting right? Di ba pumasok din na yung ganong idea? Or how do you feel about that idea naman?
Siguro po parang, yun nga, di ba, a lot of Gen Z, sinasabi nila na ayoko na magkaanak. Hanggang sa akin na lang yung bloodline, gano'n.
Let's
Siguro
end it
parang,
here.
it stems from the fear na mapapasa mo siya na, di ba, ang generational trauma is parang napapasa natin siya subconsciously na hindi tayo aware na napapasa natin siya. So siguro parang it stems from the fear na, yun nga, baka mangyari din yun na even though we acknowledge our generational trauma, at the same time, parang what if, ayun, hindi ko kayanin, ganun, mapasa ko rin sa anak ko. Siguro yun yung fear na nagsistem sa a lot of Gen Zs with regards
right.
to,
Ako na may madamay na
di
iba.
ba?
Parang, di
So
ba?
you acknowledge na sometimes you are the problem and then you have to change it? Ganun ba?
Hindi.
Nagtuturo.
Hindi, siguro, andun kasi, naglilinger pa rin yung fear, yung thought na baka mapasa ko siya, baka hindi ko maiwasan, baka
Kasi ano,
Naglalaro sila ng finish my sentence.
siya po kasi isip, ako po yung gawa. Pero ayun po siya. Siguro po, ayun, given na parang it stems from that fear. Parang, ayun, it's really having to heal from that generational trauma na instead of naisipin na parang ayoko na magkaanak dahil baka mapasa ko lang to sa kanya. Siguro parang kailangan natin isipin na hindi ko to mapapasa sa kanya. Na I'm not like my parents, I'm not like my grandparents, I'm not like older generations.
Right.
Diba? Na parang, kasi diba parang first step na yung acknowledging Acknowledging that you have generational trauma. So parang, the next step, it's really to nakayanin, na i-break yung cycle.
So now, when it comes to breaking generational trauma, we're saying na sure, it could be an option not to have kids. But are there other ways that you think you can break it? I mean, even in our own timeline.
Responsible parenthood.
Do you think parenthood can be like, is there a guidebook for parenthood?
Wala, definitely.
Wala na.
But then, mahalaga kasi na lagi tayo nagre-reflect. Mahalaga na lagi nating ini-evaluate yung sarili natin. Are we doing the good thing pa ba? Yung mga ganang bagay. Kumbaga, let's ask ourselves these questions while pinapalaki natin yung mga anak natin. So that,
Yeah.
Ano talaga, parang, ayun, to add on to that, di ba? Sapaw talaga. Anyway, siguro ano po, ayun nga po, besides the self-reflecting is, syempre, we have to ask our children din na, ayun, open communication palagi na okay pa ba yung ginagawa ko? Or parang...
Open for feedback, for your comments and suggestions.
Naging mo rin mga anak mo, di ba?
Nagko-consult tayo sa kanila, are you okay with this? Hindi ba ako masyadong nagsistep sa boundaries pa rin papasok with regards sa parenthood na, ay baka hindi pa siya comfortable to share these things. So kumbaga hindi rin tayo nagsistep dun sa boundaries nung anak natin.
Ayun, parang there's no perfect way na parang, ayun, with regards to parenting, di ba, there's no guidebook kasi each child is different. So there's no parang perfect way to parent a child. Pero it's always trying our best na
Actually.
mapalaki mga anak natin.
Okay.
Oh, so deep.
Parents na po
Magiging
sila.
parents.
Yes, yes. Ito na lang, siguro, message sa mga kapwa nyo Gen Zs and siguro to the people na who are listening to you from other generations. May mensahe ba kayo sa kanila on how to break generational trauma? Jillian.
Take care of yourself, guys. Rely on your peers if you have to. Talk with your parents if you can. Yun.
In short, ingat.
Ingat, ingat kayo. May problema din kayo. Diba?
May problema ka?
Okay. may hati-hati daw silang messaging. Tyrone, you're up.
Siguro, in times, always prioritize yourself. Choose yourself. Kumbaga, if there's a need to heal your inner child, if there's a need na piliin mo yung sarili mo, and kumawala from this cycle, kumawala dun sa expectations na naset sa'yo, sa mga sakit na na-impart sa'yo ng trauma na yun, do it. Kasi it's yourself palagi na dapat priority mo.
Right. Okay. Yes, back to you,
Yun.
Grace.
Ay, back to me. Ayun, siguro po, along with healing your inner child, along with relying your peers, siguro at the end of the day, choosing to break the cycle, to have these hard conversations with your parents, with your teachers.
With the older generation.
With older generations, it's about communicating in a way na parang yung sinasabi natin, opinion natin, pero at the same time, hindi natin sila binabastos or parang we try to put it in their perspective din, in their shoes din. And ayun po siya, communication po talaga.
Communication is
Yeah.
key.
Yeah, is key.
So,
Ito,
meron tayong
susi
mga
sa
buzzwords
tagumpay.
about isang person. So, again, guys, thank you so much no, sa ating JTA trio. Jillian, Tyrone, and Alexi sa inyong pag-share. No. There were a lot of learnings dahil sa inyo rin, kumbaga, nagsisimula din yun, yung mga self-realizations with your experiences. And siguro, ang main takeaway ko for generational trauma, there is a lot na unprocessed happenings or experiences that our parents have carried on in their lifetime. And the proper closure is not always there. Kasi even in their previous parents, the communication was not open. The safe space is not there. And how does it affect our society now? Parang it affects accountability. It affects how we acknowledge parang mistakes from before, di ba? It also affects how our students or teachers have an open relationship towards each other. We're being more authoritative rather than consultative. Di rin tayo nagiging suggestive kasi we feel na we are right kasi kami mas may alam. Ito yung nangyari sa amin noon, ito dapat yung mangyari sa inyo. At tayo rin naman as Gen Zs, we believe na with all the advances that we have, kami yung tama. Mas marami kaming knowledge transfer na nangyayari ngayon. But in the baseline of all of that, there are just 3 things that we need to focus on. First is building trust. If we have open trust and open communication with each other, trust is there. Diba na the person will listen to you, they will be held accountable for what they did, they will apologize and execute what's right. Second, bukod sa communication, empathy. Kasi hindi natin mapapaintindi kung ayaw nating intindihin, 'di ba? Parang kahit anong sabi ko sa iyo, ito yung pinagdadaanan ko, di wala akong pake kasi ikaw yan, ito ako kasi we're so individualistic now. We're so silo workers na parang it's all competitive, I have to be the best. My child has to be the best, 'di ba? Na hindi tayo naghihilahan pataas because we're not empathic towards each other. It's not a competition, 'di ba? This generation is focused on building progress, and progress starts with yourself. So, with the third part, it's introspection. So, communication, empathy, and introspection. Yes. Paano yun? Paano introspection? Anyway, parang with what you said na self-reflection, it's something na hindi dapat natin ginagawa pag may nagkakamali lang. Dapat ginagawa natin siya whenever we interact with a person. Did we leave this person with a better perspective? Iniwan ba natin siya na mas naiintindihan niya ba ako? Yung magulang ko ba, mas naiintindihan ako nung kinausap ko sila? Naging respectful din ba ako nung kinausap ko sila? Kasi if we're bantering na, no, you gave me generational trauma because you did not respect my boundaries. Did we respect their boundaries? So that's also something that we need to ask ourselves. So, siguro sa ating kabataan, we have to leave this place a better place. So kung magkaanak man tayo or hindi, yes, we've done our job. Wow! Yes! And with that,
We made change.
yes, we made change happen. And with that, sa bawat issue, may boses tayong mga kabataan. Sumali, makinig at makisa dahil opinion natin ay mahalaga. Kaya naman sabay-sabay nating isigaw sa buong mundo, Schoolmates, may pakialam ka!
Isigaw ang